everybody, welcome back to One Perspective. I'm Brett and welcome to the channel today. Guys, we have a very special trip planned today. We are in the central part of the Shenandoah Valley. Look at that view behind me. Those mountains are gorgeous. Now, it is very windy out here, very cold, but we are here early, so we have plenty of time to explore the property and put up our tent and everything else. I am happy to report that my Toyota Camry was able to make it up this big hill. Right now, we're on a piece of farmland on the top of a hill overlooking it. This area is known for its rolling farmland and limestone caverns. Now, since we're here early, we're going to take advantage of exploring the property today. And I think I'm going to have to bundle up and maybe put on my skull cap too, but let's get started. All right now, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Having a picnic table on a campsite is a luxury. And very nicely, we have a campfire pit right there. Of course, as always, I bring my solo stove because I just like the contained fire. But tonight we're going to be having a nice meal right here on this picnic table. And then we're going to bundle up right beside that fire because it's already cold during the daytime. And tonight, I believe the temperatures are going to be in the 20s. I think that's a cow pie, brother. Okay, everybody, we're actually on campsite number 2 here. Now, I'm not staying here tonight. Main reason is there's a big tree branch above me, but this one actually might have the better view, and I'll show you guys that in just a second. But isn't this like picture perfect? Out here in the fall, you got a hammock and you got a dartboard. Everyone, I apologize for shouting, but I'm just trying to combat the wind. If I talk very lowly, you might not hear me, so hopefully I just don't throw these in the woods. Well, I was trying to get a bullseye. I got most of them in here, but that last one landed right there. I don't even think that this camera is going to do this view justice. It's really beautiful. All right, we're going to be heading back to our campsite now. We're going to get set up and get ready to start our evening. When I first came out here, before I left, there was a small part of me that said, maybe you need some gloves. I haven't needed gloves all year, but now that I'm up here, I think I definitely do. That part of me did not speak loudly enough because I think I'm regretting it. If you can see way up there, we got a couple of cell towers, so we should have perfect service tonight. I think this might be my favorite part of the day because I'm getting to walk around, get some body heat going. I'm staying warm at the moment. Now, I brought plenty of clothes, including thermals, just in case it gets too cold for me. So I'm just going to keep walking around, keep moving, keep my head up, and make it through this weather. Check it out, y'all. We got a hunting stand right here. How sweet is that? Now guys, in the past when I've been hunting, I have been in a deer stand before, but it was nothing as nice as this. I mean, this one, you get up in there, you're enclosed, you don't have any wind blowing on you, you can chill up in there, and if it gets a little too boring, you can actually take a nap. But I love this. The ones that I've been in, they've just been like a seat up in the woods, all exposed. And I have gotten one kill in my lifetime in a tree stand, and it's an awesome vantage point. All right, guys, we're gonna head back to the campsite now. For reference, I just checked the temperature online, and my app says it's 42 degrees here, but it feels like 28 degrees. It also said that at midnight, it will be 29 degrees. And by 3:30 a.m., it's going to be 23 degrees. That is definitely the coldest camping I have ever done. So wish me luck. We've got this dark, ominous cloud above us, but over here we've got nothing but sunshine. So I'm hoping that cloud just blows on away somewhere. I don't need any trouble. Okay, everyone. Now, you know I've been talking about this in my past few videos. I told you I want to invest in a 4-season tent, and here it is. I have the Gazelle T4 Overland Edition tent. Now, I have never assembled it before. From what I understand, putting it up is a breeze, putting it away is a pain in the butt, but let's get started. Okay, I think that took a little bit longer than I expected it to, but I popped out all the sides and the top, and now we need to get this thing staked down before it blows off the side of this hill. Everybody, check out these stakes. That is high quality material. These are definitely the nicest steaks I have ever owned. I don't even know if I'm gonna need to like hammer them down in the ground. I might be able to just push it in the ground. But let's get started with that. Okay everyone, I've got the rainfly on and I got to put a couple more steaks in here, but look at this. They got these little rubber ends on them. Now a couple of them just came right off, but a few of them, like half of them, they are stuck on here. Partially I think it's because it's cold and it's just kind of like constricted. If it was like warm, it would probably just come right off. So I've gotten down multiple steaks here, one on each side and one in the middle here and one there. I just need to put like one or two more and then it'll be completely staked down. All right guys, I was able to pry off the other little rubber ends of those stakes with my claw hammer. I got everything in here. Check this out, man. This is a nice tent. Now all we got to do is put the footprint inside and we can start bringing stuff inside it. All right guys, check it out. This is the inside of my new tent. It is spacious. Now that little footprint I put down, it's not the full size of the floor, but it's definitely enough to keep the dirt off the floor when you first walk in and add just some extra protection if you put down a cot or something heavy. When I first walked inside this thing, it is so warm. I mean, it really blocks the wind, and I know that there is a mesh panel at the top, but we've got something up our sleeve to keep us warm later. Stay tuned. Okay everybody, I've been on the move for a while, and that sun has come out. So when I first got here, it was a little cloudy, it was windy, still is windy, but it was super cold. Now, I'm feeling good. My hands, they don't hurt anymore. Everything has been taken out of my car, loaded in the tent. Everything's been taken out of the car, brought over to the picnic table, loaded up the solo stove on the fire pit. And now I think that we're gonna start dinner. But before we start dinner, I wanted to share with you guys something that's very important to me when it comes to camping or just life in general. Organization. Everything that you own needs its own place, its own shelf, its own bag, its own part of the house. You need to categorize it, put it together with other things, and they stay in one place. Now, prior to buying these two new bags that you see right here, I just put everything in a big plastic tub. Now, it was so conglomerated, it was a mess. Anytime I wanted something, I had to dig through this whole thing trying to figure out where it's at. But now, with these two bags, and I might get another one too, we're in better shape. As you can see, I got like an army green for this one and like a brown beige one. I'm gonna get a black one too, and they're color coded for a reason. when you see the particular color, you're gonna know, well, this one is my propane bag, this one is my cooking bag, and maybe the other one's my electronics bag, whatever it may be. I want to give you guys a closer look, and I think you're going to be surprised and delighted in just how much stuff you can put in here in a nice, neat, organized fashion. All right, so this first bag here, check it out. You got a little mesh pack on the side, you got little webbings here, another mesh pack on the side here, and of course you can put it together, Velcro it, pick it up. Underneath here, you've got some more mesh where you can put something. I have these two lighters here, and check this out. I got propane, butane, put some bug spray, I put my citronella candle. I got stuff like that. Anything that is chemical wise or is very strong fragrance, I put it in here because you don't want to mix that up with food or anything else. All right, now over here we have the other bag, same type of bag, so all the same pockets. In here, in the mesh, I put my long spoons and forks. I've got my cooking pots and pans, and inside of here, I also have my cooking stove. I have my cups, and over here I put my spices, this little scrubber for the dishes, and a couple of measuring cups. Now everybody, before I go any further, I just want to say, I'm not sponsored by anyone, okay? I'm not even monetized by YouTube yet. I'm not a partner. I'm just sharing with you all the stuff that I got because I have love for camping. I have love for camping gear. And if you're watching, I want to inform you on things that can help you. Tips and tricks, organization, you know, ideas for you to get into camping, especially solo camping. Because on this channel, we're all about that, and we're about solitude. So far on this trip, it's been nice. Now, I know it was cold, but I came prepared. That's another thing. You want to be organized, you want to be prepared, and you want to have a good time and free your mind. And that's exactly what we're doing today. So feel free to check out my description box below the video. I list all the items that I generally take with me every time I go. Even the phone that I am filming this video with is on the description box. All right, everybody. No sooner did I tell you that it warmed up, the temperature is already dropping again. The sun is starting to set a little bit, and the cold is creeping in. I've done enough stuff out here today since I've got here that I need to eat again. And it's a little bit early for dinner, but it's time. And tonight we are going to have Shen ramen. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever had Shen ramen, but it is not like top ramen, Marichan noodles. It's a little bit better. And we're gonna do it kind of like an elevated or specialty ramen. Tonight, we're gonna put in steak and broccoli and egg. So I'm gonna start cutting up the stuff and get started. All right, everybody, the wait is over. I just want to tell everyone who joined me today, thank you so much for coming out and watching my camping videos. I love doing these once a month for you guys. Now, this meal right here is dedicated to my wife. I love you, baby. Now, my wife actually helped me prepare some of the stuff. She went ahead and made the steak for me and the broccoli. She also gave me instructions just how to make this once I got here. So let's try it. Very good. Well, I'm not going to make you guys watch me eat this, but I'll bring you back in a little bit. And thanks again, baby. This is an excellent meal. All right, everybody, I am still eating that bowl of soup. That's because I'm a slow eater, and I'm taking my time and I'm watching YouTube videos. Now, that sun is going down real quick, and this temperature, woo, it's going down fast as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this fire started because, dude, I want some heat going my way, and when I'm done, I want to immediately sit in the seat and chill. Now, as always, guys, you know how we do. Something tells me I'm going to enjoy this fire more than most today. All right, guys, I'll join back up with you very soon. My fire needed a little encouragement, so I gave it to him. Guys, that fire feels as good as it looks. And that view, it's more beautiful than it looks. It has been a nice day. I've been productive. I got done with everything I needed to get done today. And now I've cleared off the whole picnic table, put everything away. All that's left to do is chill around this fire before we migrate to the tent. You know, the fun thing about making a fire, especially when it's cold, is that you get to keep feeding it, especially if you pick up smaller sticks and limbs to add to the fire where you already have. It does two things. It keeps you moving around, it keeps your blood flowing, keeps your body heat up, and it's just fun. Guys, the night is approaching soon. We'll bring you back in a little while. All right, everybody. We're gonna hunker down in the tent. This has not really been an enjoyable campfire because it has been so windy. First I had to put on my long sleeve shirt. Then I had to go get this face mask. And I was trying to wait for that log to burn down so I could close the top. And now that it has, we're getting in that tent. See y'all in a minute. Okay, everybody, we have migrated to the tent. It is cold out there. It is windy out there. The temperature is going way down, and I am so glad to be in this tent. So, even with no heat source yet, I am still much warmer than I was outside. I tried to stay around that campfire as long as I could, but it was kind of miserable. But tonight, we are going to stay warm, and let me show you why. All right, everybody, I did it. I got the Mr. Heater portable buddy heater. And check this out. We're gonna run it off of my propane tank. So this thing is not gonna run out all night long. Okay, so this is my first time starting this up. And I've hooked the hoses up. Everything should be working. I just have to kind of get the propane to flow through there, and then it should start when I turn it to the pilot, and then hopefully we're going to have some heat in here and I'm going to stop complaining. Guys, this feels good. This is just what I needed. By the way, I'd like to shout out my nephew right now. His name is Vasette. I talk about him all the time. Like I said, he's my favorite family friend here. He also has a YouTube channel, much more popular than me. It's called Outdoors with V. And he is kind of like me in the sense that he does solo trips. But he's a big mountain guy, and he loves hiking. Of course, this is one of the pieces of gear that he has, and oh man, I don't know if I would have made it out here without this thing. I did learn one interesting fact tonight about when you're screwing in this hose between the propane tank and the heater. And that's when you hook the one to the propane tank, it's not your standard righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It's righty-loosey, lefty-tighty. So I had to watch a quick video on that because I was totally confused. I was like screwing this thing in. Now, of course, I probably should have read some instructions on that. Now, I did look at some instructions, but maybe I just wanted to make sure I knew which end was going to what, and I overlooked the other part. But thanks to this little heater, this camping trip is perfect now. Perfect in my new tent. Oh man, life is good. All right, guys, I just added these little fan blades to the top of the heater, little dual blasters here. Now, they don't run off of any electricity. They're just running off of the heat. All right, I have spent way too much time trying to get everything straight with this heater. Now I need to set up my sleep system. Okay, everybody, I'm back. A lot of time has actually elapsed since we last spoke. Now, I've got the heater up. I've got those little dual fan blades blowing at me. I've got my sleep system together, but I cannot believe this. I'm putting that cot together, put the poles on both sides. I put these legs on, this set of legs. I'm on the last set. And for some reason, it's been really tight lately trying to, snap it in place. I broke the damn plastic. So now I'm on the floor. But thankfully, I have a Hest mattress that's about that thick. So I'm not going to be cold from the ground. This time inside the tent, well, actually, this time since I've been out there trying to enjoy myself around the campfire, getting in here, getting everything started. It's taken a lot longer than I thought. Now, I'm still having a great time on this trip, but maybe I should have done this stuff while it was light outside. I just wanted to enjoy the sunlight while it was here, because last trip I got out on the campsite way too late because of some things I was doing early in the day. Because of that, I just wanted to kind of take my time and enjoy this trip. But I think everything is together now. I don't really have to worry about that much more stuff. I'm just going to have a little snack to kind of give myself a little boost, because I feel like I expended a lot of energy putting this stuff together. On top of that, I'm going to play my Nintendo Switch. I really need to chill out. I need some me time with this Switch. Now, I normally don't talk about this on this channel, but when I converted my channel earlier in the year to a camping-only channel, I actually split off the part about the video games to a separate channel. And that channel is called Video Game Bits. So on that channel, I talk about game series from back in the day all the way to modern era games. Now, if you're interested in that, please check out the channel and subscribe if you like. Now, I won't bother you with that channel plug anymore, but I will say this. I'm going to chill out and play my Switch. I just got this new game called Xenoblade Chronicles X. Now, I've never played any of the Xenoblade Chronicles games, but I hear they're very beloved. And this one is a port from a previous system as a definitive edition now. So I'm going to get that snack in, and man, I'm playing some games. I'll see you when the sun rises. Good morning, everyone. The sun is up. I survived the night. This is the coldest camping trip I've ever been on in my life. Now, I wasn't shivering or anything, but I just couldn't get the core temperature of this tent comfortable enough for me to just stay asleep. Now, I don't know if I'm just having to break in my new heater, but that thing cut off every hour to hour and a half. So I had to get up out this nice warm sleeping bag, go over there in the dark, turn on a light, turn it back on. It was tough. The wind picked up last night a lot. And I was talking to my nephew, who told me that I needed to guy out these points, because since this is a pop-out tent, a gust of wind can make it go in. But that didn't happen, but I did guy out 2 of the sides. But once that wind started picking up, and I had no idea that this was going to happen, I was a little paranoid that this side and this side were going to collapse and my heater might fall over. So I didn't want to get up out of this bed and go out there and do some more lines at that point. It had gotten really cold. So I was waking up all last night, unfortunately. When I get home, I'm definitely going to crash. Now, unfortunately, I'd been getting up enough times that I was actually awake at the coldest part of the night. And that was about 3:15 a.m. when the temperature was at 21 degrees, but felt like 9 degrees. Just crazy. But I came out here because I'm embracing camping. I'm embracing the cold. And that's what it's all about. This was kind of a test run with my heater, with the new tent, trying to figure out all the ins and outs. When you got the heater on, because it's propane, you got to make sure that these windows are cracked. And at first I had them cracked a lot because I didn't want to, get a fatal dose of CO2. But my little detector here has said 0 all night long. Now, I felt like when I was breathing the air, it was a little bit uncomfortable to me, but I don't know. It's a brand new heater. It might just have to burn off whatever plastic smell it has before it's normal again, but whoo, what an experience. I put all my thermals on and had the heating pad going. Yeah, man, I did it. I got a cold night in the books. Okay, so I think I'm going to try to pack up some of my stuff in the tent. Then I'm gonna make some coffee and I might reheat that steak. We'll see. All right, everybody. We've done a little bit of pre-packing. Got everything, rolled up, bagged up, boxed up. It's just sitting there ready to go in my car. Let's get some coffee going. I'm gonna try to heat up that steak and maybe crack that egg and get some steak and eggs. Provided it's not frozen. Guys, you could never get tired of that view right there. That is just textbook beautiful. All right, bring you back in a second. Okay, everybody, I'm back. And I just checked the temperature. It's 29 degrees, but feels like 15. I was just out there for a brief bit to get the equipment to start cooking. My fingers are frozen. Can't take it. I try to tough it out, but I'm like, we're going back in the tent. So we're gonna cook it in here. I've opened up some of the vents and we're gonna have a meal. All right, folks. We got steak and eggs. The eggs almost fell out the pan when I went to make it. And we got some coffee here. So Cheers to another day, guys. We made it through the night. All right, everybody. Breakfast was good. The steak, it's been marinating since yesterday. It was perfect. Coffee hit the spot, and the eggs were good too. They were kind of marinated by the juices from the steak. All right, guys, I've been chilling for a long time, trying to get warm, get my hands back to a place where I can feel them. But now, it's time to go. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and thank you for coming along to see all my videos this year. I'll be back in January. Until then, keep the faith, keep an open mind, and never be afraid to be a dissenter in a world full of opposition.